All right, I'm back in downtown Reno and gonna go over to Reno Coffee, and I have a lot of records to show you in the past week or two, and this is not at Bill's Garage. These are records I found at thrift stores, and I want to go to Reno Coffee. There's still a few holes I'm trying to fill in my collection. This is a cool part of town. This is Wells Avenue and a Vassar Street intersection. The mountains are back there, and this place here, this is where they have a record fair now. We finally have a record show in this old building. This was a Freemasons building, I think about 100 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm gonna go on over to Reno Coffee. So here goes. They always have one of my favorite places to look for records here. And I have a lot of records, so I don't know what I'm gonna get here. Not sure. Yeah, that's Reno Coffee Company. Hey, pup. Hey. You want to look for some records too? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, this is one of my favorite places to dig. And here's the wall of paint up here. They always have nice music playing in here as well. So I go right over here to the the new stock. Well, look at that. I do not have Sunflower. It's 25 bucks though. Third Santana. I have that, don't have that. Carla Thomas is cool. Antonio Carlos Jobim. Oh my God, Peter Green. I have two of these. So again, you might go, hey, you know, get this or that. A lot of it's price, condition. And I really came in to look, but twist my arm. I love to buy records, so we'll see. Also, when I'm doing flip videos, after I film, I will check generally. I'll go back a second time to see, because you just can't really see exactly what you want. The 77s? Whoa. Interesting. I just found this at a thrift store for $1. That's such a great Buffalo Springfield. Country Joe on Vanguard. Ray Charles. I have that. East West. I have that on a repress. Have that. I'll stop telling you what I have and what I don't have. Okay, I have that. It's a great album. Johnny Burnett. That's cool. I love old music. Crocus. And here's all the new stock. Wow, look at that Rainbow album. What? Tangerine Dream? I have that. That's a good era of George Benson right there. Really good. Savoy Brown. That's one of my favorite Savoy Brown records. I have a minty fresh copy of that one. One of my favorite albums as a kid. Street Corner Talking Dave Walker. Oh wow, Shutdown. So nice. BG Plus at 15, I have that. I have that from Acoustic Sounds. Love Looking In. Now those have got to be US Press on Parrot. I have that. I've got a lot of records. Oh man, I'm missing, that's, you know, I want a cleaner copy of this Aerosmith. Okay, a little bit more. Oh, there's that George Harrison album. Don Troppo. Yeah, I could use some more George Harrison. This is such a great John Prine. I have it. This is kind of interesting. And Rarebird. And yes, I know what this is. I looked at this already at 25. I want a little bit of a cleaner copy. I'll be getting this one soon. And this is interesting, from the UK, from England, Help Yourself. This is Strange Affair. This is a pretty good album, but at 20 I'm not going to buy this. And Ice Pickin', Albert Collins. Yeah, this is, I really do want this Canned Heat though. I think I'm just going to get this one at $12. I remember hearing this years and years ago. I'm going to get that. So that's about my favorite place to shop for records in Reno and Sparks in Northern Nevada. Reno Coffee Company on Wells Avenue at the corner of Vassar. And Recycled Records is just down the street as well, and I go there often too. I mean, they're really close to each other. I did pick 2 records from Reno Coffee Company, and I'll show you at the very end of this video. So let me show you a little bit more at an undisclosed thrift store that I dug at, and I was the first to get at the crates that came from the back. 2 crates. All right, check it out. Okay, I came up on some fresh records. It just came back from the back of the thrift store. I'm the first one to look at them. These are all backwards. I'm going to show you what I already picked. I had to kind of go through it quick and pull them out. So these are picked through because of me. Mathis, Babs, we know what that one is. What the heck? These are all $1. Kenny. I have that Butch Cassidy. I know these are backwards. Dion. Tom Jones. Love Tom Jones. The Live at the Flamingo, I was there when I was 10. That's what got me started in music, really, was watching his Soul review. It was just amazing. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett. Got that, got that. Carly. So this is what I got. Sailor, Steve Miller, Buffalo Springfield, Righteous Brothers, Enlightened Rogues, Down to then left. Hey, Kansas.
Are these yours?
You look through those, please. I'm gonna get these right here. Glenn, Tom, Rod, Sergio Mendez, maybe. Sandpipers can be good. Judy Garland, Pablo Cruz, Bill Connell, three-piece jazz. Man, Tuco, he probably has that. Look at that. Martin, Denny, Louis in Las Vegas. Louis Prima at the Sahara. My dad used to work there in the 60s. Hall & Oates. This is cool. This is Art Blakey, Clifford Brown. And this is way cool. Gene Krupa, Harry James, Lionel Hampton, Teddy Wilson, Danny the Man Goodman on a 6-eye Columbia, Dionne Warwick. Now, this is interesting. Riz Ortolani, Nino Olivero, Fernando Kane. Well, I'm back in the record room, and I hope you enjoyed that flip video. I'm going to show you the records first that I scored from that undisclosed thrift store. Got a lot of them, and I know they were all backwards, but they came from the back, and I had to hurry up because, as you saw, a fella approached the records, and I can't say, no, you can't look at these, and that's just the way it is. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm really stoked. Now, these were 89 cents because I get a discount from $1. 89 cents on Jazz Tone Records. This is Clifford Brown's All-Stars with Art Blakey. Yeah, check that out. Wonderful, huh? And this plays so nice. This should be from around 1957. Gone with the Wind, Joy Spring, Blueberry Hill. This is a nice record. Let me show you the tracks here. And on Jazz Tone, let me go ahead and show you the label. Great sonics, very, very good sounding. Really, really happy to have this one. And next I have 3 Louis Prima records. And, you know, just ask Mike from the In Groove about this one right here, guys. Check this out. This one. Louis Prima, The Wildest Show at Tahoe. And this is where my dad worked. We moved to South Lake Tahoe in 1965. So Dad could work at the hotel, and therefore I grew up at South Lake Tahoe. And it was a whole lot of fun skiing at Heavenly Valley. Started skiing at age 8, and I never looked back. Ended up ski racing, coaching kids, extreme skiing. Lots of fun up there at Lake Tahoe. But this is an outstanding record. And let me show you the wax on this one. The Wildest Show at Lake Tahoe. And this music makes you feel like dancing. And I just might have to do that with my wife here on Valentine's Day. And the next, Las Vegas Prima Style with Keely Smith. Keely Smith lived right behind the Sands Hotel in the early 70s. I used to ride my bike right past her, really big. It was bigger than a home. It was more like a small mansion, and really beautiful home. And here she is dancing. And this is from the lounge, the Casbah Lounge in the Sahara Hotel in the 50s and the early 60s. They would have a show at midnight. It was one of the first lounges to have a late night lounge show that you could go to after, like, Sammy and Dino and Frank, the chairman of the board, would get off. They could go over to the Sahara and check out Louis Prima's lounge show with Keely Smith and Sam Butera. And the Witnesses might have been there too. But, so here's Prima Style on the Rainbow Capital. And you gotta love the really cool inner sleeves. And one more Louis Prima this is the wildest, and I've never ever had this. I'm really glad to have this, and this is also from the Sahara Hotel. Much of what he recorded during that time, because he just had a full-time residency at the Sahara Hotel, and that's on Sahara Avenue and Las Vegas Boulevard. And it's still there today. They remodeled the hotel. It's looking good. I still enjoy going to Vegas. My sister lives down there. It's a lot of fun. And the next record, I found a Martin Denny, and it had a little bit of a seam split. I repaired it. I'm really good at doing that. It's just looks great. And this is Forbidden Island, and I've never had this. So I'm adding this to my Exotica, and I love Space Age records as well. There we go. On Liberty. I'm not going to show you the wax. It's a little rough, but it plays like a dream. Some of these old Liberty records and old records just sound really good. Now this is a woman that's the great interpreter of Burt Bacharach and Hal David songs, and that's Dionne Warwick. And this jacket is just minty, minty fresh. Look at this. Promises, Promises for the great Dionne Warwick. And the 1-2 punch on this is Promises, Promises into This Girl's in Love with You. I mean, just beautiful. This record, I spun this yesterday, and it just jumps out of the speakers with the great Dionne Warwick's vocal stylings, great orchestration, not too heavy on the strings, great arrangement. Happy to have this album. I really like the great singers of the 60s. And the Wax Guys is just mint. It looks like this has never been played. And here it is on Scepter Records. And the other record that you saw me, the records that I kept, that I pulled out before flipping through, is Retrospective by Buffalo Springfield. And this is such a good one. And this is an upgrade from my older copy on Atco. And you just have, you have Expecting to Fly, Rock and Roll Woman, Steve Stills, Broken Arrow, Neil Young, Bluebird by Stephen Stills, On the Way Home, Neil Young, wonderful, Mr. Soul, Stephen Stills again with the opener, For What It's Worth. Just a iconic, epic song. And love Buffalo Springfield, and they all went their different ways. Richie Furay, everybody. And here it is on the yellow Atco. And next up, right there at the undisclosed thrift store, was the Steve Miller Band Sailor. And between Children of the Future and Sailor, I really enjoy Sailor a bit more. And of course, Boz Scaggs is on this. And Boz was with Steve Miller. They came out of Texas. They went up to Minnesota. And then so many migrated to San Francisco with that scene happening right around 1967. Here's the back cover for this. And you got Quicksilver Girl on this. Just fantastic, terrific songs for our ancestors into Dear Mary, My Friend, and Living in the USA. Cheeseburgers. Love this album. I've been listening to this record since I was 13 years old. That's so long ago, 52 years ago. Very underrated Allman Brothers Band album. And this is probably an upgrade. This is Enlightened Rogues. And the Pegasus on here is just killer. Dickie Betts, Pegasus. There's a lot of really good tracks on here. And nice to have this one, 89 cents. And then when I saw this, when I looked at the vinyl, that sealed the deal. This is the King of Swing, Benny Goodman, on a 6i Columbia, and it plays like a dream. And I'm really getting into a lot of the early jazz greats. We have Gene Krupa, we've got Lionel Hampton, Teddy Wilson, Harry James. If you ever watch Buddy Rich videos, interviews, they ask him who's the greatest musician he ever worked with. Benny the Man Goodman. Now here it is, King of Swing on a 6i Columbia. Really glad to have this one. Now here's a guy, he has two brothers, Monk and Buddy, and this is Wes. And you can't get any better than Wes. And more I'm enjoying Wes with strings or without strings. Just his lines, his voicings. Such a master, such an innovator, and paved the way for so many. You know, Pat Metheny was just a monstrous fan of Wes Montgomery. And you got California Dreamin' on here. You've got Bumpin', Twisted Blues, and What the World Needs Now is Love, Love, Sweet Love. And here it is on the Black Verve for Wes Montgomery. And next, this was a find because I have Africa Audio by Riz Ortolani and Nino Olivero, and this is Mondo Cane, a soundtrack. So now the other soundtrack by this composer, I have two of these that I'm really thrilled to have. And I love my soundtracks, so this is wonderful to have, absolutely. This is on the UA, United Artists, and it sounds really, really wonderful. Now, this is from, I'll just say it, from Salvation Army. I did have to pay an average of $5 a piece. Guys, this is the West Coast Lovin' with, who is this with? Peanut Butter Conspiracy, Chambers Brothers, and The Ashes. So it's garagey, it's a psych pop, and it's just cool to have this. This is on Vault Records, and really, really fun to have. I mean, it's a pretty good record. There's some nice tracks on this. And here is the wax for the West Coast Lovin', Peanut Butter Conspiracy, The Ashes, and Chambers Brothers. So it's a really early comp. There weren't a lot of comps back then. And then this averaged for $5, and I was looking for, this really filled a hole. Big Brother and the Holding Company with Janis Joplin. Yeah, fantastic. Down on Me, wonderful, wonderful. Bye Bye Baby, Easy Rider, Call on Me, Blind Man, Caterpillar, All Is Loneliness. And man, you got Peter Albin, you got Sam Andrew. Man, and Janis was in love with that guy. She just really was. And here's Big Brother with Janis. Just want to show you that. Such a big part of history for San Francisco, the San Francisco sound. And this has a lot of little scratches on it, but it plays like a dream. And again, a lot of the older vinyl does that exactly. Just plays great. But I spin a lot of these on my old trusty Techniques turntable that I'll test out thrift store records with. And then my Fluence with an RT85, a blue Ortofon cartridge stylus is what I use for my audiophile vinyl and brand new vinyl, and just really, really minty clean records. Now, Jeff Witcher did a great deep dive on Ghost in the Machine, and I found another copy. Really pleased to have this. And yeah, check out Jeff's deep dives. They're just fantastic for the Rolling Stones. And I really enjoyed this one for Ghost in the Machine for the Police. Now, just two more records. From Reno Coffee, I only picked up two records. And one filled a big time hole because I really like early Eagles, the first four albums. And I did not have one of these nights. So very, very pleased to have this now. And, you know, everything with Randy Meisner and Bernie Ledden, I just absolutely love. And this is a good record. And the records after this, I mean, I like them, but I like about 40% on average of the later Eagles records. They just went so commercial. And, you know, they were going for the big carrot, you know, the diamond ring is what they were going for. And they did it, you know. They Chris Hillman from the Byrds once said that, you know, Graham helped invent country rock. The Burrito Brothers played it. And the Eagles perfected it. Now, the last record, this is good, man. Sweet 16 is on here. Canned Heat live at Topanga Corral. Yeah, check the boys out, man. Very, very cool. And Dust My Broom. Sweet 16 and Dust My Broom are my favorite tracks here. And this is on Wand Records. You know, the Kingsmen are on Wand as well. Look at that. Huh? Hey guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate that. That's my thrift store finds, and we'll see ya on the next one.